What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's Motorfest video, I do want to go over PvP changes that would make this game even better. Now, I do know there's probably going to be a lot of different things they could do to this game to make like the overall experience, well, better for that matter. I am also going to be doing a lot more of these videos in the future. Also, once again, guys, let me know in the comments below of things you would like to see in PvP that I would say at this point we probably do need. I do know a lot of players like the Grand Racing, but let's be honest though, we most likely do need more options to keep players engaged. So the first thing I do want to talk about in this that would make PvP so much better is going to be, well, adding more events into grand races that you can do. Now this is also going to come down to the Hanauma racetrack, where like the other events to where you can pick in that racetrack to do races there, or maybe I do want to pick my own class and actually race on the racetrack against players, instead of doing like a point-to-point event on different classes that are random. And one thing I did find kind of funny about this is the fact that many players have been talking about the racetrack recently as well. Like, why can't we actually do different events on the racetrack? When are they really going to be in PvP? Now, in that one video I was talking about PvP though, I was like, you know what, guys, we really do need like different events. I do understand the grand races are fun, but can I mention something here that might be kind of mixed? Like, yeah, the grand races are fun, but let's be honest, we do need more in there. I would say being able to pick your own classes in these events is huge, and that way a lot of players can actually want to drive like a street tier 2 vehicle, or like, you know, jump into a hypercar if they want to. And who knows, maybe you only want to use a rally raid on off-road events, or even like a rallycross slash like even like a dirt bike or something like that. At least you have the option to do it, and you can also grind out those classes and get parts for them, or like, you know, jump into different events and most likely level them up easier. But also having the option to really jump into different events and use them, I really do feel like PvP honestly needs this like right now. So let's imagine this for a second. Let's say we jump onto Motorfest and yes, you see the Grand Race available, but next to that you're then going to see another option to where you can basically do any event in the entire game, which you can also invite your crew members from other platforms to jump into those events with. That I'm also going to be doing a separate video on. Because being real though, yeah, we do have crossplay, but you can't even crossplay with people. That is probably going to be a bit of an issue. But when looking at the menu though, you are going to notice that you can pick any vehicle of course, any class, and also any event around the map. Because yeah, I do have to be real here. Yeah, we do have crossplay, but you can barely even crossplay, which I would say is probably going to be an issue in itself. Now, yeah, we do log on to the game and you probably see like the grand race, but now there's going to be other options. One, you can go in and pick your own class and basically do any race around the entire map, which by doing that is going to put you in with like maybe 15 or 20 players. If you did want to use something like only like a drift car, or, you know, even jump into something like a street tier 2, at least now you're going to have the option to actually use your own vehicles in them. And for that, yeah, like maybe we can have a separate playlist to where, yeah, the pro settings are going to be active in it. So maybe you can have like custom builds like the current build right now for grand races, or maybe they can have something to where your pro settings don't matter in it, and it's going to be purely like the car itself and, you know, driving skill. I was also thinking of another game mode, guys. Let me know in the comments below if this would work. What if there was a separate playlist to where you could use like a Nitro Chemist set in the events? Now the one thing with this though is maybe lock it to where it only lets you in those events if you have one. That way of course you can't go in there and most likely, you know, get smoked. But I would say a lot of players would love to have different options to where they can use pro settings or not, and also be able to jump into an event and maybe even use a chemist that they grinded for. And then on the flip side, you can also go into like a regular PvP match, to where basically how the grand races are right now, how it's going to be like evened out, or I guess you could say balanced. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and definitely stay tuned for more of these videos. I do want to mention, by the way, I'm not making these to like hate on the game or stuff like that, but I really do know this game has so much potential to it, and I really want Motorfest to be better in the future. Adding different modes, especially in PvP, would probably make the game thrive even more, and I would say to a certain extent, PvP is probably going to be extremely important in basically any game now.